Hi, we're Phoenix Curations. I'm Renee.
And I'm Will.
And if you're new here, we're resellers online. And if you're subscribing, welcome back. This is going to be a What Sold Saturday. We are covering July 4th through the 11th. It's been a while since we've done this. We've been crazy busy, and we're getting a little behind, but we're catching up today. So, Will, you want to start?
Sure, it looks like we got about 40 something items this past week, which is down a little bit. We were doing
Definitely
about 50 something items the past few weeks since December. So, and we actually did have one big bundle in there. So let's get into this. First thing we had was a Nautica Fisherman Chunky Knit Sweater. We're starting to see some sweaters and some light jackets sell. So I guess up north it's getting a little cooler, and we're starting to see some of these things sell. So it's time to, if you're going to list, it's time to start listing sweaters and jackets again.
Yeah, so this sold for $18 new with tags, and we got that in a thread up men's box. So about cost of goods is $3.
Yep.
And next we have some Jessica Simpson heeled boots, large buckle size 10. Those sold for $22, kind of off season. I got those at the Goodwill, 40% off, so they were about $8.
Okay. A J-Lo Jennifer Lopez suede faux fur leather jacket, $30. Where did this come from?
The bins.
Okay.
Yeah, it had never been worn, I don't think. It had one little mark on the shoulder, and that was just because it sat in the bins. No one wanted it because it was heavy. So I think jackets were on sale at that time for about 50 cents a pound. So that jacket weighed 5 pounds.
Okay.
But it's a great coat for $30.
Yeah, it is. All right, next we had a pair of Dulce, did I say that right?
Yes.
Dulce Vita black leather studded platform silhouettes. Stilettos, sorry.
That's okay.
$23. Where did these come from?
So
I don't remember these.
So these came from a local thrift store by my mom and dad in St. Augustine. And they were $7, I think, 5 or 7. And the problem with them was they wrote in marker on the sole of the shoe the price, and they were leather. So I took them to the cobbler and I had him sand that off.
Really?
Yes.
You can do that. Okay.
I didn't know, but he did it. And it didn't affect the shoe at all. So, no one wants to walk around with $7 on their foot.
How cheap are you? All right.
So this is a Land's End green and pink floral button-up shirt, and I cannot remember when I got this. I just got it because I like those little tiny floral prints from the 80s, and no one wanted it. I think I got it when we were doing Depop. So I sold it for $8, and it really is a nice shirt.
Yeah.
And it's probably vintage.
That's what Land's End goes for. It's not a whole lot. A pair of Montana West American Pride collection platforms, flip-flops, sandals.
They're wedge flip-flops.
We got these in a box, didn't we?
Bins.
No, at the bins. Okay.
This is a really expensive brand of flip-flops. I couldn't believe the retail price on these. And the girl that got them, she gave me a 4-star review with no explanation. So I'm not sure why. They are intentionally distressed like that. So.
Okay.
This is a Vera Bradley bag. It is a frill bag, so it's not the traditional quilted. It is Plum Petals is the name of the pattern. And we got that from a mystery bag from Flashbacks, so cost of goods $5.
Chaser Ramones Gabba Gabba Hey Ringer Red t-shirt. That's a fun shirt. This came from Flashbacks. Yeah, I think I remember this. That was from our little trip up there.
Yeah, it was. And we didn't really look at prices. We just had fun. I know it didn't. We made money on it. I don't know how much. Their prices are very reasonable.
Sometimes it's hard to tell because we trade with them on a store credit basis. So.
Yeah, so this is an Old Navy Argyle popover sweater. It's a size small. It's men's, but I listed it as women's. And the reason I got this is because when I was talking to Tatum at Flashbacks, she told me that several people had requested in their mystery bags these oversized Argyle vests. So she said that they were a thing, and I didn't know they were a thing. And I mean, that sold for 50% of the retail, and it's Old Navy. So they're clearly a thing.
Yeah. I don't pick up Old Navy.
Yeah, I do from the bins.
Yeah. Hoka 11 Clifton 5 Marlin Blue Ribbon shoes. These shoes are pretty popular. They, they have an extra thick sole running shoe. These came from the bins,
Nope,
didn't they?
nope. Those were from the recent, recent thread up
that's
box.
right.
Yeah,
Yes.
the 15 shoe mystery box.
Okay.
And those sold within an hour. So clearly, I underpriced them.
Yeah. Well, Hoka ones probably they're pretty popular right now anyway. So.
So this is a University of Miami Hurricanes long sleeve shirt. I have had this for a while. It came from the bins and sold for $10.
Gap curvy tan trousers, size 12, $12.
Those came from a thread up mixed clothing box, and I was very disappointed in that box. So disappointed that I didn't even do a video.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
But those were nice trousers, really. Gap just is kind of a basic mall brand.
A Venus high cut cheeky black swim bottom. We've been selling a lot of these high waisted swimsuit bottoms. Where did these come from?
They came from the bins. I got them
Yeah.
accidentally, to be honest. I threw them in the cart looking for the top, and I never found the top. But they were really probably new without tags. $9 is good. I mean, they don't cost anything.
This is a pair of Victoria's Secret floral gold chain bikini bottom. The gold chain's at the hip.
Yeah, so those were they were new without tags. They still had the hygiene liner. I got that from the regular Goodwill for $2.99 when I thought that Victoria's Secrets was really doing well, and I will tell you that is going to be a no-low brand for me for a while because I cannot sell it, even new with tags, even with the stock photos. So it sold for $10. I was happy to see it go. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a nice bikini bottom if you want that kind of skimpy bottom. It's good for a tan.
Yeah, Victoria's Secret's kind of oversaturated, and I guess they've been involved in some controversy lately. They're not so popular.
Yeah, I think because they're not very size inclusive and they've made statements about that, that's really not the way of the world now. Most brands are size inclusive and they have models of all sizes, and Victoria's Secrets has definitely not jumped on board. And
No.
I think they're losing some ground there. So these are jockey lower body shaper short in a nude medium. These came from my closet. I wore them once. I sold them for $10. Happy to do it.
A massive Army combat shirt. This came from the bins. It was new with tags. It wasn't up there. I didn't know if this was going to sell or how fast. It's only been up for a few weeks, so that's not bad. $17. We'll take it. They didn't. The retail price here was $1.99, but they really didn't sell for a whole lot, so I wasn't expecting much. But it went pretty well.
That's like military issue camo.
Yeah.
That's like that dot print.
It's approved for military wear. So.
Yeah. These are Aldo Blue Suede platform pumps. I bought these at the regular Goodwill, 40% off, so they were probably around $5 or $6. They sat forever. I think that colored heels just don't do that well. There's nothing wrong with them. They were nice. They have some brush marks in the picture from cleaning them with a brass brush. That, of course, was not there when I sent them. Sold for $19.
A pair of Crocs with the Gibbets charms. These Crocs don't always go for a whole lot, but they're really easy to clean, and they usually sell pretty quickly, especially with these little charms that are on there. So $15 for these. And we actually made a video of us cleaning these particular Crocs. If you want to check it out, I'll link it in the comments in the description of the video down below, so you can take a look at that. And maybe show you how to clean the shoes.
Yeah, we actually might make another video about that because we've improved our process.
Yeah, we have.
Because I found a pair I couldn't clean, and I found a better way thanks to Kelly Schaffner. If you're not subscribed to her, she is a super positive force in the reselling world, and I just love listening to her. She finds the silver lining to everything. and she's just super fun to listen to. So these are some Levi's 501 Purple Rain denim jeans, size 40-34. I remember when you got these, you were like,
Yeah.
they're purple, Renee. They are so purple. And I didn't believe it, but by God, they're purple. We got some kind of interesting comments where somebody had said that you could buy a brand new pair shipped and less money and all that. But, that's okay. I left the comment there. We didn't relist it. I think that sometimes people are frustrated with the cost of items, and that's okay.
They don't make this color anymore either, so
No, they don't. So,
$24 is pretty good.
yeah, sometimes you can buy new things for the same price as you do used things, but these particular jeans were not available anywhere, and we certainly are not looking to cheat people. So I think this was a bundled item.
Yep.
Columbia fleece jacket, youth size 10-12, and that actually was a nice little jacket.
Yeah. It was clean and good shape.
And we
came
sold
from
it.
the Benz.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Mhm.
And we sold it with what? There was one other thing.
This, I don't know. I must have these out of order. Anyway, this is a Tommy Hilfiger V-neck shirt. I don't know if we really are going to pick up a whole lot of these anymore because they don't go for a whole lot. It sat in the closet for a while.
Yeah, Tommy Hilfiger is a brand that we started looking at when we were investigating Depop. And it was really, really hot when we first got into this, and it cooled off quick. So we have a lot of Tommy Hilfiger stuff that we really just need to move on from, and I think I would be extremely selective about picking anything up from here on out.
So this is what was bundled with the Columbia jacket we saw just a second ago. Simply Southern. Graphic t-shirt. I don't know. I've never picked up the Simply Southern because when I comped it, it didn't sell for even the $15 that this sold, so I always kind of left it in the bins. What made you decide to get this one?
The rainbow.
Yeah.
I mean, we just went through Pride Week, and I am a rainbow girl. I love rainbows. And rainbow, that's a newer style. You don't see them for sale. Simply Southern is a brand that people like.
Mm-hmm.
But it does retail for $20 to $30, so selling it for $10 to $15 is probably pretty good. But I just like the rainbow. It's from the bins. I wanted to give it a try.
Yeah, like maybe on level with the Life is Good type stuff.
Yeah, why not?
There's a pair of Levi's 501s. Nothing special about these. They came from the bins. You wash them, you fold them, you hang them up, and $14 is a pretty good price for these.
Yeah, and denim, blue denim is 50 cents a pound, so it's super cheap for us. So this is a Kate Spade satin bow tank, coral, size large. This also came from the bins. I did not realize it was children's. I might not have gotten it. No, I probably would have. Anyway, it sold for $18, but it did sit a bit because kids' clothes don't do as well for us on Posh. But it was well worth it. It was in perfect shape. And it's cuter than it looks there.
A Lacoste hot pink polo, women's. We've had some Lacoste stuff sit in the closet for a long time, and then some of it sells. Maybe I noticed we've been selling quite a few pink things.
Yes.
So that's an in color, and
so I overpaid for this. It was from the boutique section of one of the thrift stores.
Oh,
I got it at Hospice, so it was probably $8. I thought that Lacoste, not Izod Lacoste, but Lacoste would go for more than that, but it didn't. But it was a really nice polo.
Yeah. Well, they make good clothes.
This is an Anne Klein retro A-line polka dot dress, and that sold for full asking price of $42. It was a nice, modest dress. It was plus size. We got that in a plus size box from B&G Trading, so cost of goods around $7.05.
Sexy Little Things Victoria's Secret baby doll. This probably came from the bins.
No, it did not. Goodwill prices these kind of things at $2. I was tired of looking at it. I've had a million likes on it, and it just wouldn't sell. I relisted it, and so I just found it a new home. And Victoria's Secrets is, like I said, not going to be something I'm going to look into.
Right. This is a handmade crochet cardigan.
I don't know that it's handmade. There are no tags in it.
Yeah. Okay.
None.
Well, we were looking at things crochet, maybe being things that were uh, in fashion at the moment. So, is that why you picked it up?
Yeah, there was a lot of crochet on the runway not long ago, and it was just a nice piece, and it's good quality, and there's nothing wrong with it. And I think because it didn't have tags, it didn't do as well as it could have. And also, in my editing, trying to edit out the brick wall there, there's some shadiness, some jankiness in the photograph. So I just sold it for $10. Somebody offered me 10, and I said gladly accepted.
This is an Eddie Bauer denim vest. It has a corduroy lining in the collar. The rest of the vest is not lined at all. This came from the bins, so $12.
Excellent.
Yes.
And then this Neiman Marcus 100% silk shirt, which I assume is a vintage shirt, sold for $12, and I'm happy with that. It's sat for a long time, and we've really experimented a lot with our men's closet, and we have decided we just don't do really well with button shirts, except for maybe Ariat.
Right. A vintage Outcast black leather jacket. You got this.
I
at
did.
The bins. I remember you came home and you're kind of excited about that.
Yeah, actually, I want to say I got that from Goodwill online. In any event, it was $10 or less. I knew at some point it would sell. It's definitely vintage, and it really is in very good condition. The only thing missing is the zipper pull, which we definitely disclosed there, and $90. And we just sold that in the last 24 hours, I think.
Actually, I do think I remember you getting it on Goodwill instead of from the bins. All right.
Yeah, I bid on a whole bunch of leather
Yeah.
stuff, like all at once, thinking
Yeah.
I wasn't going to get it, and then I got it all. And I'm like, oh, no.
Watch out what you ask for.
Exactly.
Lacoste red jersey knit top. We listed it like a gator shirt. I'm not sure. It's red. Gators are orange and blue, but it's
No, it has
sold-
the gator, Lacoste gator.
Yeah, okay.
That's why.
$10. Again, Lacoste doesn't go. We haven't been selling a whole lot of that, so we're just trying to get rid of it.
Yeah, I heard it does better on eBay, but that came from the bins. It was very thin, light. So these are Has-Been Toffle Ornament Clogs, sandals, black size 38. So we just got these in the thread-up box, and I didn't know anything about this brand, but they're pretty popular. And I think what sold those was the stock photo, to be honest, because that girl just has the cutest little legs. But they were $250 originally. I just disclosed all the flaws that I could on the wood, and we just shipped those out today. So they sold for $45, which was the asking price.
My mom made these masks. This is actually part of a bundle. The next like 8 or 9 items were part of one single bundle. Like I said, my mother made these, and she gave them to us to sell. We sold 4 of them in a row here
I like that one.
to the same person. Yeah, so they're fun.
And then also this Parks Clothier light linen look shirt,
Yep.
which I had up for $8. It was a gorgeous shirt. I think you got this from the bins. And it was a linen look shirt, but it wasn't linen. And so it was, you got all the advantages of linen without having the difficulty washing it or the wrinkling. But I think those clothiers are like men's stores that tailor make clothing, and so the names are not well known.
Yeah.
But it was really nice. So that's a 9 West black crisscross shell top, which was mine from my closet. And that sold for $10. I'm happy with that. I bought it used, wore it a couple of times when I used to wear business attire, which I'm glad to say I no longer do. And, yeah, I pretty much work in pajamas.
A pair of Ralph Lauren black high-rise shorts. We've been selling a lot of shorts. It's summertime, and everybody's outside. So,
Yeah, I was kind of experimenting and investigating all the different Ralph Lauren labels, and that plaid label was kind of it was around for a short time, and it was supposed to be like a more trendy, younger, a little more affordable than like Blue Label. And so I think it was maybe the women's version of Polo, if I had to like compare it to something. But I'm pretty sure they came from the bins. I didn't pay much for them in any event, so $10 is good.
Adriano Schmide, Distress Destroyed Short Alls. You found these. Where did they come from?
So those came from Flashbacks. We got them on trade.
Okay.
So there's no way for us to figure cost of goods on stuff like that. Because we give them clothes and then we take clothes, and I think right now we have $300 in credit from our last venture up there, so we got to get back up there and get some stuff. But those sold with the bundle and the masks.
Yes. So did these, a pair of Ralph Lauren white utility pants.
Goodwill. They came from Goodwill. I think I paid $4.99 for them.
Yeah.
And I got these because, I listened to a lot of what people said early on online, and everybody was like, oh, utility pants sell, they sell, they sell. Well, yes, but Ralph Lauren is not a particularly desirable brand, even though I think their clothes are nice.
Yeah.
So they sat a while, but they sold in the bundle too.
A lot of streetwear, utility pants, a lot of streetwear. People who wear streetwear are wearing that style, so
yeah,
then that's what they were talking about, why that's popular. These are a pair of Thomas Burberry corduroys. This is not Burberry, but it's a sub-brand that's supposed to be more affordable toward a younger crowd. They're only sold in Europe. They're not sold here in the United States. So how these came across the ocean, I don't know. But these came from the bins. And yeah, well, $39. It was trouble to research these because there's not a lot of information out there about this sub-brand.
Yeah, in Florida there's so much international travel, and so many people come for holiday, and they come to go to college, and they move in and out. So, and then there are people who are here part of the year, so we get all kinds of things here.
Yeah.
This is an Alfani silky cobalt breeze blue floral blouse, and this sold for $22, which I think was my full asking, and that came from our plus size B&G trading box, so $7.05 for cost of goods.
Josie by Notori, blush pink chamois lace. Okay. $20. Where did this come from?
That came from the bins. Yeah, Notori is a higher end lingerie line. They sell those intimates at Nordstrom. And I just knew the quality of it. I didn't know Josie was by Notori when I got it. But we sell so much pajamas and chemise and things like that. I think the sexier lingerie doesn't go as well.
Yeah.
But we sell a lot of vintage lingerie. So that came from the bins, boho macrame fringe belt, and that went with that bundle. And I happen to have just got 2 more fringe belts like that, so I threw those in extra for that huge bundle of stuff that sold, and we were very grateful for that sale, as we are for all of our customers. If any of our viewers ever buy anything, thank you so much. We love what we do.
This is a pair of black Coogee pants. These came from the bins. Nobody wanted these, so I picked them up at the bottom of a bin after Ariel's had been through them. The clothes in the bin, and it has a nice little, that was actually, some of it's embroidered and some of it's a patch there below the pocket. And I'm glad somebody got these. They were not in perfect condition, but they're in good condition, so.
Yeah, Coogee's one of those brands. They, the sweaters. Everybody wants the Coogee Cosby sweater.
Yeah.
And those will sell for a lot. But Coogee as a brand is Australian. It's very expensive. So those jeans were probably $600 new. And you can find them a lot, but they don't resell like the sweaters do.
Yeah. Oops. Sorry about that.
And this is the last item, which sold with those jeans. It was a Brandini sweater, fine merino wool, made in Italy. And so that was purchased because I bought anything that was merino wool, sweaters, and anything made in Italy for a period of time. I think I paid $5 for that, and it sold in that bundle. And we give 10% off bundles, and they bought it at the 10% off price.
Yeah. So again, like also in the past few months, we don't have a lot of high dollar sales. Though we did sell some items here that went for, above $20. A lot of our sales were in the $10 to $20 range, and part of it is we're trying to be aggressive about making some deals and moving some inventory to make room for more. Also, how long do you hold on to something? Can we just move it along and
Yeah.
puts a little bit of money in our pocket as opposed to just holding out for more money. So we're pretty happy with how this week went, and we're looking for a little more always as we go on.
Yeah, definitely. And, we've openly said that we're experimenting and we're learning as we go. And every purchase is experience and learning. And if something sets for 6 months, I just start sending aggressive offers. And ever occasionally I'll relook at something. If the condition isn't there and it's not getting attention, I might pull it. But we're happy to just keep making deals, making connections with people, giving people good clothes, and we're not too bougie. We don't mind selling to everybody,
No.
and of course we want to sell expensive things, but we want to sell to everyone. So that's the fun of the whole deal.
Well, thank you for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe if you'd like. We always like to hear from other people, so if you have anything to say, let us know.
Absolutely. Have a great weekend.